In this next segment, I will In this next segment, we will show you how to edit your scenes. If you click on the scenes icon on the left hand side, it will bring you to all of the scenes that you have created in your storyboard. Now, you can also add a new scene without adding it in the storyboard by going here and adding the scene title here. Once you go into a scene, you'll be able to set the featured image as you could before, and you'll also be able to come in here and add the scene text. Once you're in the scene, there are a number of different tools that you can use inside of the scene. First of all, there's the main area, and if you like I do, to be distraction free when you're writing, there is this distraction free mode. If you select that, what it does is it allows you to write without any icons or distractions for the scene. And if you really want to get rid of any distractions, you can go full screen mode in your browser and enjoy just a white blank page. Great. So you can go ahead and save that. I'm going to exit my full screen mode and exit full screen mode here. So that's distraction-free writing mode. Another nice tool is I can add images inside of the scene itself by adding media. I can drag files from my computer into this area, or I can select a file from my local computer. Once I select that, I can insert it into the post. So if I were doing a book that had a lot of pictures, or just had an image at that particular point, I could go ahead and put that in there. And I could also center it if I want that to show up in the center. Next is the speech-to-text tool. This is using Google's speech-to-text API. It's on a lot of your Android phone devices, but it allows you to, if typing is not your thing, to just briefly and segmentedly add text by just speaking. So we'll go ahead and show you how it works. By clicking on the microphone, I can now say clearly what I want to type. And you see it adds it directly to the scene. You can also use punctuations like period, new paragraph, and things like that if you want to speak for an extended period of time. We recommend, however, that you do this in short iterations so that you can easily edit as you go. The next is the scene information area. This is where you can add the beginning and end dates of the scene. If you're writing a complicated story, or doing a historical scene, or you just simply want to keep track of the time and dates of the scenes that you're writing for, this allows you to set the year and even the time of each event. So you could have a scene that takes place over the course of a single minute or over the course of a year. So we'll go ahead and say that this one starts at 9 o'clock and ends a day, or that same day, maybe at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Both AD, and I can write a quick synopsis about the scene that will show up in the storyboard. Now, once we get to the characters module, you'll be able to add and attach characters to this scene. Same thing with items and ideas that you can come back to later and track those things in the scene. I can set the scene setting, which will just give me an idea of what scenes are happening in what settings. So if a particular group of scenes is happening on a particular battlefield or in a warehouse or in a particular place and you want to be able to see all of those together, this is where you would be able to add a particular scene. This is happening in the forest, and I would add that setting, new setting for the story. Now if I go ahead and publish this scene, and then go to the storyboard. The scene is now in the storyboard but not assigned to any chapters. I'm going to go ahead and assign that to the end of chapter 2. Great. So now that will get exported with all the other scenes. Now if I want to see all of the scenes together, make sure that they run smoothly together, I would go to all of the scenes here, and I would select all of the scenes that I want to see together. I select the ones I want to see, and I do preview scenes together. Now I can see all of the scenes and their contents on the same page to make sure that things run together real smoothly. So let's say I wanted to check the transition from Goldilocks running away to Goldilocks being in the forest. I can go ahead and edit those scenes directly in here. Goldilocks leaves the house and has theirs accomplished. Save it. And now I see that the flow between those scenes is well designed. I can also hide the details of the scene if I don't want to see those. I just want to see the text in between the scenes. So this allows me to easily edit and make sure that all of the scenes are flowing well together in their particular order. Alright, that is the segment on scenes. Once I have created all of those scenes, I can see them in the timeline view. Timeline view does not place, the timeline view orders the scenes by date and not by scene order. So if I were writing a novel or something that crossed time or had a flashback or went back and forth between periods of time, I could make sure that all of the sequence of events happen in the way that they're supposed to. And it gives me a timeline of the events in a timeline view. And I can go directly to edit the scene right from here. Alright, so that is the tutorial on scenes, and we will have more in detailed content down the road. Thank you.